Hello, Utah County. Welcome to Truth in Transit, a voter education project about the Provo Orem BRT.
This is FAQ number 1. What the heck is BRT anyway? In 3.5 minutes or less.
So right now down in Provo Orem, there's an existing bus you can ride known as Route 830. Route 830 starts up at the Orem Frontrunner Station, crosses over I-15 and around the UVU campus, shoots over to the University Mall, heads down the hill into Provo, swings around BYU, turns down University Avenue, and finishes at the Provo Frontrunner Station. Now BRT, which stands for Bus Rapid Transit, is a $150 million plan that's self-described as a vision of the future to modify Route 830, and here's the vision being offered in exchange for our $150 million. The visionary BRT route calls for a bus to start at the Orem Frontrunner Station, cross over I-15 and around UVU, shoot over to the University Mall, head down the hill into Provo, swing around BYU, and then turn down University Avenue and end up at the Provo Frontrunner. That's it. That's the vision. So to summarize, what out-of-date Provo and Orem has now is a bus running a very specific route, and the $150 million BRT vision of the future replaces that with a bus running the same specific route. Did I mention that it's going to cost $150 million? Well, there is one major difference. On just over half the route, instead of the bus driving down the inside lanes like it does now, with the BRT, the bus will drive down the middle of the road. That's the BRT vision of the future.
And that's just about as visionary as...
The headphone jack is going to be on the bottom.
Well, that's how a good chunk of the $150 million is going to be spent. Building bus stops in the middle of the busiest streets in Provo, plus all the subsequent destruction of sidewalks, trees, and property on both sides of the road to make room for them. So these trees on University Avenue, gone. And if you think trees down here by the new temple would be pleasant, forget about them. No room at the inside lane. Now, former Provo Mayor Louis Billings asked the obvious question. Under the draft BRT plan for segments along University Avenue, many of the old and new trees along this beautiful corridor will be impacted or lost. Are we really ready to sacrifice one of the most significant trademark features of our community? Now, building bus stops in the middle of the road raises some other important questions, as illustrated by this young man over here about to take his chances. As former Mayor Billings asked again, why do we want to ask students, mothers and fathers with children, seniors, or anyone else for that matter, to have to dodge and deal with the multiple lanes of traffic every time they want to access or depart the proposed BRT on University Avenue?
This is a pretty significant question because remember, it's the only real difference. After spending $150 million, the BRT route is going to create no new service. In other words, if we don't spend the $150 million, anybody who would ride the new BRT could just ride the existing 830. There's no difference in the route. Isn't that amazing? Well, thank you for being involved, and you can find more of our frequently asked questions at brtpetition.com. And while you're there, you can get more info, get connected with like-minded people, and get empowered to help us put BRT on the ballot and let the voters decide.